Hi, I'm John Stamos. I'm currently in The Best Man on Broadway, and I'm here to answer your questions. So keep them clean. Hi, Karen. I guess what is the most surprising thing I've learned rehearsing Best Man? James Earl Jones is a hell of a kisser. That's one thing. I didn't realize what soft lips he has. That's one. I didn't really think that I could be this much of a bastard, but I'm really sort of digging into the darker side, and it's surprising to me how evil I can be 8 times a week. That's been the surprise, I think. Maybe I'd be in The Great White Hope with James Earl Jones, so I could play the Jane Alexander role, and we could kiss on stage. And I love Grease. I would love to have been in the original version of Grease. That would have been good. Gary, will Blackie ever show? I guess Blackie's still in jail. I was 18 years old when I did that, 18 to 20 or so. But it was some of the best, two of the best years I've ever had. But I gotta be careful saying this, but I think I would go back to General Hospital if they asked me. They haven't asked me. I came back briefly after, for a short time when Ken Shriner was on. I think I was playing myself, but I've never played Blackie again, so if they ask me, maybe I'll see. They have asked me to play Billy Flynn over the years. It would be a great role. If Cheetah Rivera comes back and does it again, I'll do it with Cheetah. But that's my only rule. One of the highlights of my life is getting to play with the Beach Boys. And I'd say God Only Knows is one of my favorite songs that they do. It's such a beautiful song. Carl Wilson sang it. And the Beach Boys are now doing this great 50th anniversary tour. And they have this beautiful tribute to Carl where they have him up singing on a video, and the band plays God Only Knows under. So I think God Only Knows is one of my favorites. Well, Full House reunion, I don't really know how to do it. I was gonna make a movie for a while, and I don't think we were gonna be in it. My idea was to do it sort of how they did the Brady Bunch, where we cast people to play us, like, I was thinking like Steve Carell could play the Bob Saget role, and maybe James Franco could play me, and Tracy Morgan could play Dave Coulier, something like that. But I think we should get together and do sort of a not a reunion. We should, while we're still young and semi decent looking, I think we should get together and do something. James, yeah, I would love to do a movie, musical. My dear friends that I work with a lot, Neil Marin and Craig Zaden, who do Smash now and did Chicago and Hairspray, we've been working on some stuff. Actually, I'm producing right now a big musical for Fox, which would be it's a tribute to the Beach Boys, and it's using all their music, and it's sort of a teenage love story told through the music of the Beach Boys. So maybe since I'm producing it, I'll try to get myself a part in that one. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, I'm a big Disney fan. I love Aladdin. Sometimes I see the guy, like I'll be walking around Disneyland, there'll be a guy like an Aladdin character, like standing like this, sort of looking like me. I'd be like, with the grace of God, that could be me just standing there impersonating Aladdin. But I would do Aladdin. They should do that as a musical on Broadway. I'm too old now. Like, I'd play the bird, maybe. Lori, my hidden talent. I can do this. Can you zoom in a little closer? I can put my lips this way and this way. Chris, yeah, man, I had a great time on Glee. Opportunity was fun. I think originally they were having me sing Sweet Transvestite, and I think it was one of the first episodes I did. And I remember I was going to do it because I was listening to it, I was rehearsing it, and I remember the wardrobe was sending me photos of the bustier and the stuff he's doing. I think someone at the network, or I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden, like a day before, they're like, we don't want Stamos in that outfit singing that song, so you sing Hot Patootie, which I really liked. But I remember too when I first came out, I said, why don't I do Jesse's Girl? And they're like, we did it already. Okay. So any song on there would be great to sing. Joe, yeah, you know, my father always told me not to talk about politics or religion, but I've had to dig into the political side of things. You know, I've kind of kept my views quiet, I keep them to myself, but I have, and I found sort of that politics really haven't changed much in 50 years, you know. There's a lot of the same stuff that's going on, and that's what makes, you know, The Best Man kind of relevant today. ER was a turning point, you know, in my career. I really was one of the first adult characters I played, so I really had a great time the whole time. But they were I think starting with Clooney, they were very much into practical jokes on that show. So, you know, every day, every week, we would, you know, destroy someone's dressing room, and a lot of times we would. One of my favorite memories was Scott Grimes was a good guy to toy with on there. We would put Vaseline on the phone, and if they had a phone call, the phone would ring, and you know, hey, this is Doctor, you know, and get Vaseline in there. So the practical jokes were really fun on that show. Let's see, Russ, best hair tips. I'd say wash your hair. That would be good. Yeah, I've got to work with some of the greatest. One of my dearest, one of the first great legends I worked with was Jack Klugman, who played my father on a show called You Again, and he was the one who really talked to me about theater, and he always pounded theater in my head and made me read plays and study musicals, and he was the one, when Full House was coming to an end, he said, you got to go to Broadway, you have to, you know, show people you can do something other than what you've been doing on television. So Jack Klugman is really been a mentor and idol to me. Lisa, Saget, and Stamos, and The Odd Couple. Why not? Who would play Oscar? Who would play Felix? If it was, who complains the most? Because that would be the character that Saget would play. I mean, if you're really quiet right now, I don't know where he is. We could hear him complaining somewhere in the world. Georgina, I wanted to be a dentist when I was a kid. I don't know why. I like inflicting pain on people, like Little Shop of Horrors. I would probably own restaurants. I like the restaurant business. My father was in the restaurant business, and when I started, I would work at my father's restaurants. In fact, I worked there. I got on General Hospital, and my dad wouldn't let me stop. I was working on the restaurant on the weekends, and then during the week I was on General Hospital. I started to become famous, and my dad wouldn't let me quit for a while because he couldn't replace me, he said. So people would come in and say, can I have a cheeseburger? Wait a minute, are you the guy on, no, French fries. Oh. All right. Everybody, thank you very much for sending in questions. I hope I answered some fun stuff. And please, if you're in New York, come see me in The Best Man.